Hello everyone, in this episode I'm going to talk about a very important concept in programming, which is control flow with the if statement. Control flow refers to the fact that we're going to execute a piece of code based on a condition. In this case it's going to be based on the if condition. Let's start with a small example to see how this works. In this case I'm going to use user information about myself to show you what the if statements can do. So let's start with some basic information about myself. Let's have a nickname. Age is 32, which is of course not the real age. Has access is true, and let's choose a country which is exotic. Let's say the Netherlands, where I reside at this moment. And let's see if we can make a couple of if statements using this information. So the first if statement I'm going to create is to see whether I have access by comparing the has access variable to the boolean true. And if I have access, then I'm just going to print a regular statement, proceed to movie list. In this case, the has access variable is a so-called boolean because it contains either true or false. True or false are the only two possibilities for a boolean, and in this case I have set it here to true. So in here you'll see that I used a double is sign, which is a comparison operator. So I'm comparing the variable has access with the boolean true, and if they are exactly the same, then I will print this statement. Now if I change my has access variable to false, then in this case has access will be false here, which is not the same as true, and this statement will not be printed. And if I run this program, you will see that nothing happens. And when I change it back to true, you will see that it has proceeded to the movie list. Another type of if statements is when you compare integers, and in this case I will compare the age parameter. So if age is equal or larger than 18, then I will show the complete list of movies. This is a type of age restriction, so I can add multiple if statements. For example, if age is greater or equal to 13 and age is smaller than 18, then I would show a different list. So when I run this program, you will see that in this case has access will be true, so this statement will be printed, which is stated here. And according to my age, in this case the age is 32, which is larger or equal to 18, so this statement will be printed and I will have the complete list of movies. If I change the age to between 13 and 18, you will see that this statement will not be printed. So let's have a go at that and make the age 15, run the program again, and you will see that it has printed show list for youngsters only, which is in this age range. Now these are a couple of ways to create your if statements, but you'll see that PyCharm has added some extra annotation here because it thinks this can be written better. So in this case, since has access is already a boolean, we do not need to compare it to true. And this is actually what PyCharm is trying to tell us here. Expression can be simplified, so if we follow this advice and click on this link, you will see that it has removed the equal to true, which gives us exactly the same result. In here you'll see that it's suggesting something else as well. Because it's a range between 13 and 18, we can combine it and simplify it by saying 13 is actually less or equal to age and age is less than 18. The if statements can be combined and you can make them as complex as you want to, because you can chain them with more than only one or two comparisons. So if we have multiple comparisons here, we can add them all together. Let's say we want to compare the age, the access, and the country. So we're going to show all the movies which are in the Netherlands if you have access. So we're going to compare if has access and age is greater or equal to 18 and country is equal to NL. Show complete list of Dutch movies. And in this case, we have compared 3 variables. So firstly, we're checking if you have access here, meaning has access is equal to true. Then we compare the age. So age is equal or greater than 18 and the country equals NL. And only if those 3 give us true, then this statement will be printed. Let's run this program and you will see that it has not printed here because the actual age we have set is 15, which is not greater than 18. Let's change that back to something above 18 and run the program again. You'll see here that it prints show complete list of Dutch movies. So one important thing to notice is that besides the if statement, we can also say what should happen if the if statement is not true, and we do that by adding an else statement. So in this case, if I have access, then it would print proceed to the movies list. But if I don't have the access, I can put that in the else statement. Now our program still says proceed to movies list. However, if my has access variable has changed to false, then in this case the else statement should trigger and I should see no access, which is true in this case. The third and last part I want to show you about the if statement is the else if statement. So in this case, maybe we don't want to only compare has access, but also want to compare the age in a different if statement. In this case, we have an elif statement, which is short for else if. I can put a comparison here as well, so maybe I want to compare the age. You are not allowed to sign up yet. Alright, in this case, I don't have access, and if my age is then 12, I will see this statement run, as you see it here. That's all for now about the if statement. Remember, this is one of the most important concepts in programming, so try to use it on your own and see if you can use it in your programs in the future. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, consider liking and subscribing, and see you in the next video.